Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and we have a little update on Secret Wars. Well, as many of you know, Secret Wars has been a seminal event in Marvel Comics. There's actually two of them, the 1994 and the 2015. And they were quite different but share some very classic similarities. Now, as many of you know, we started hearing a term in Multiverse of Madness that seems to indicate the Secret Wars event could take place in the MCU. And now Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness writer, Michael Waldron, has shared some of his thoughts on the possibilities of this event and if the stage is being set for it to happen. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, they actually introduced the concept of incursions in the MCU. And if you're a fan of Marvel Comics, and specifically John Hickman's work, you know how big of a deal this is. Like in the MCU, the comic version of incursions happen when two realities collide. This often results in the destruction of one or both of those realities, and in the comics actually led directly to the Secret Wars event that happened in 2015. The Doctor Strange 2 writer had some pretty interesting things to say about this, and it feels more and more to me like this is the path Marvel Studios is headed down. But before we do that though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. This is a place where we're going to try to tell you the truth, not tell you every rumor from Reddit or just make stuff up. We're doing our best to stand out in that way, and we hope you'll join us for the journey. Also, our contest. We got an Oculus Quest 2 we're going to give away at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber, leave a comment. Every comment is an entry. Well, like we were saying, Michael Waldron, who wrote Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, has talked a little bit and elaborated on the introduction of incursions into the MCU. The big question here is whether they will be leading to something else bigger, meaner, and much more interesting, and would be an absolute game changer for Marvel Studios. Now recently, he talked to IO9 and gave a pretty interesting quote. This is what he had to say. Well, I guess I think of it akin to it in the way that as soon as the MCU introduced the notion of space, of going to space, they teased Thanos almost immediately. There was Thor, and then Avengers was the first movie where there was a threat from the stars. And here comes Thanos. Obviously, there was a big build from there, so I think I always thought of the multiverse as a kind of like, okay, this is space. You know, once upon a time, the MCU left Earth and went to the stars. Now we're going into the multiverse. So yeah, we'll see what happens with these incursions. They're bad news. Now, we get an even bigger hint in a post-credit scene because Clea makes her MCU debut and convinces Doctor Strange that he needs to help with an incursion that he actually caused. Now, I'm pretty sure we're not going to have to wait till Doctor Strange 3 to find out about more incursions, especially considering we have another season of Loki, as well as Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania right on the horizon. These will probably both deal with multiple realities. Now, as for Secret Wars, many of us have been speculating for a really long time that this is going to happen. It has always been a topic on this channel. And the Russo brothers, who directed Endgame and Infinity War, as well as Captain America: Civil War and The Winter Soldier, are expected to return to direct that movie for Marvel. Now, how they put all these pieces together, we have no idea. The original comic allowed Marvel to compress multiple realities, allowing characters from alternate worlds to join the standard Marvel Comics universe, also known as the 616, and I highly suspect Marvel Studios will use a Secret Wars event to do exactly that, along with potentially recasting some characters who have been retired as of today. Also, if you're trying to top Endgame, there's probably only a handful of ways to do that, and one of those could be the return of some of these characters. I think the only way Marvel Studios, in our post-pandemic world, pushes that box office beyond Endgame is to see the return of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Scarlett Johansson in all of their roles. This is totally doable in a Secret Wars event and wouldn't undercut the previous stories, and actually could be pretty cool, but we'll have to wait and see. So, I gotta know what you guys think. Do you feel like all these incursions are leading to a Secret Wars event in the MCU? And how far out on the horizon do you feel like that might actually be? I got news for you. I think we're more than halfway there. Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.